All right, you're going to want to stay tuned so that you understand when your SP's back in your life, the most effective, kind of productive way for you to recreate them. Hey everyone, it's Kim Velez, conscious life and success coach and licensed mental health therapist. And I know I look ridiculous holding this mic like this tiny little thing, but you see the difference when I put it on my chest, right? It doesn't pick up the sound that good. So I have to figure out a new program, a new microphone. So I'll figure it out at some point. I'm going to manifest a solution to this. All right. So before we dive in, I want to remind you that if you feel like you need additional support other than just the free YouTubes that I do have email coaching available. I also have a paid Facebook group where I jump in live twice a week and answer questions and do like rants and just teachings and trainings. And I also have how to manifest your SP back and keep them for good online course. All of that is below. I also have a free podcast, the Secure Girl Podcast. I drop about 45 minutes to an hour every Wednesday morning, just diving in deep in all of these concepts and topics that we talk about on this channel. And I also have my free Facebook group open to men and women called Live a Limitless Life. By the way, I'm getting a couple emails from men asking if I work with men. Hell yes, I do. So if you feel resonated with me or aligned with me, and you're a man and you want to work with me, then my door is open to you as well. It's not just about the ladies. It's about all of us getting what we want. All right. So let's jump into this. So let's talk about how you need to fucking let shit unfold naturally with your SP. And this, listen, I know from my own experience and as well as working with all the people that I work with, I'm going to share with you what actually works and how you actually get what the fuck you want once you manifest them back in. So let's look at this. So here's usually what happens. The SP comes back into your life and then everybody's fucking excited, like, woohoo, success story time, right? And then you fast forward maybe 2 weeks, maybe a month, maybe 3 weeks, depending, everybody's different. And now the SP's gone again. Breakup happened, or they just fucking ghosted, or they're just not there. They're giving you the same bullshit. I don't want a relationship, whatever it is, right? So what happened? I'm going to tell you what happened. Go watch my other video. You didn't persist until it hardened into fact, but this is what happens. People a lot of times are under the misconception because they don't really understand law of assumption. They're like focusing more of law of attraction. So they're thinking like, because the person came back in my life, whoop, everything's good. They're going to be exactly the way I want them all the time. Good luck with that. And I'm going to tell you why. Because you are the creator of your reality. Your thoughts create your reality. So when they come in, and you're feeling good and they're no longer with you, well, what happened in between that period? Let's reverse engineer the common denominator, the commonality of what usually happens of people manifesting their SPs and then losing them again. And again, I know from my own experience, I would end the things with them, but because of what was going on in my mind. But this is what happens. They come in, you're excited, and then they start doing something that is the old version of them. And so you start freaking the fuck out. And then you're like, you go into your old concept of self that they don't want me. Nothing's changing. I'm the rejected one. I'm not chosen. And then you live in that story in your mind. And then you're focusing on them, the old version of them. And you're giving that attention and awareness. You're reacting to the 3D. And so now you're spiraling and now you've shifted back. And so the more you do that, because now they're going to keep coming in hot and cold, the more you do that, then you eventually just get back to right where you started, where you two are no longer, moving in the direction that you want. So what do you do instead? Well, this is what you do instead is you have to persist in the new story of the version of them that you are desiring to manifest and the new concept of self of you that has what they want, that is loved, wanted, cherished, valued, and the chosen one. And that's just a story you got to stick to. So I don't care what shows up in the 3D. If I tell you all the different things that have shown up in my 3D since my person's back in my life, you would be like, what the fuck? But I don't pay attention to it. I'm human. Once in a while, I have a little bit of a reaction, but I know what to do. I understand my thoughts create. So whatever I'm focusing on in my mind and bringing attention to and awareness is what continues to manifest. So what I do is I don't really pay attention to the 3D. I'm not focused on any old version of him or any old concept of him or any old concept of me, quite frankly, because I'm in the fucking reality where I have it all. I'm in the reality where I'm getting what I want. I have what I want. I'm in the reality where this is the version of me who has what she wants. So she thinks very differently than the old concept of self who isn't winning in this situation. So what I do is I stick to my story in my mind and I just keep focusing. I'm living in the end. I'm thinking from the end. Any inner conversations I'm having in my mind about myself and about them is from the end. Anytime I have a negative thought that pops up about them, I redirect it. I reaffirm the story that I want always, 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 always. So then what happens is I see it moving favorably. I see the shift happening. I see changes in him. I see the loving, sweet, supportive version. And I'm going to keep bringing that attention or giving my attention to that version and reaffirming that version of my mind only because I am allowing it to unfold naturally. I have such a sense of calm this time around than I ever had before because I understand this fucking game now. And so I don't have to worry. I don't need him to show up 100% correct right now this second because it's unfolding. And he is because I'm creating it in my mind and that's what has to manifest. So this is what trips people up is that they keep going in and out of their concept of self and their old one and their new one and the old story of them and the new story of them. And they keep getting the rocky, hot and cold. And there isn't a sense of trust that, okay, even though this isn't 100% what I want, let me focus on the good shit that is showing up, right? And let me just keep living in my mind, knowing and trusting my thoughts create. And my dominant story about this person and me has to manifest. That is what law of assumption is. And all I have to do is just persist in that until it hardens into fact. So I don't need to worry. I don't need to be scared or anxious or feel like, shit is unfolding for me because of these concepts of these laws. And I know them to be true. So the only thing I have to do is just live in my mind. That's it. You don't got to do a fucking thing else. It all is going to conform and come to you. So people usually don't let it unfold. People, their SP comes back in and all of a sudden, well, why are we boyfriend and girlfriend? Why are we girlfriend and girlfriend? Why are we boyfriend and boyfriend? And it's been like 2 days since they're back in or a week. And then you start putting pressure because you're going back to the insecure concept of self that I need a label. I need you to verbalize and tell me that you're head over heels in love with me, that I'm the one for you. You want to be my person instead of just being excited. Fuck is how powerful I am. I just manifested them back in. Now the seed has already been planted because they're back the fuck in. So all I have to do to make this fully complete is to stay in my mind and persist in the story that serves me well. And I just keep doing that more than I'm sticking to the old story and trust and know because of law of assumption and everyone as you pushed out, my thoughts are transmitting. This person is going to conform and that's all I have to do. So I'm excited. I'm watching it unfold. I'm watching them come to me. I'm watching them change their mind with me. That's favorable for me. I'm watching the 3D shift everything around for me so that I'm getting what the fuck that I want. Like, get excited about this. And you're not going to have that urgency where you want shit to hurry up. You're not going to have that urgency where you need this constant 3D confirmation because you understand the only confirmation is in here, my loves. Your fucking mind is what's creating all of this. It's not 3D creates and then you have it in your mind. No, whatever the fuck is out there was created first from in here. So here's your power. Here's your magic power, your fucking thoughts. So all you have to do is discipline and redirect your mind to keep living and dwelling in the version of them that's pleasing and the version of you that's pleased. And persist until it hardens into fact. They have to fucking conform. So you need to remind yourself of this. You need to remind yourself that my thoughts create my reality, that these people have to conform because my thoughts create my reality. So the story that I persist in dominantly is still unfolding. They're simply reflecting back to you your thoughts about you and them. So if you're having conflicting thoughts, well, then that's why they're fucking conflicting. So don't freak out about it. Don't get upset about it and say, oh, this isn't working. Just say, okay, good. I'm just going to keep persisting because obviously they're back in. And even if it's conflicting, it just means I'm still conflicted. So I just got to keep persisting in the new story until they're reflecting back to me the version of them, which shows me and tells me that I've wrote my new story, if that even made sense, right? That I just fucking made my whole new story dominant over the old story because they're going to reflect that back to you. So why are you giving up? Stop giving up. If you want this shit, this is the work it takes. This is why people don't fucking get what they want because they don't like the internal transformation. You're literally internally transforming to transform out here. It isn't about out there transforms first and then you transform here. That's not how it works. You're transforming. You're in a transformational process, which is uncomfortable. You're detaching from an old reality in this situation that you probably have persisted in for a long fucking time. And so that takes a process day by day, day by day. And when they come in, they're going to trigger that old reality, old concept of self back in you and their old story at times. And so you just have to keep persisting and allowing it to unfold because it's unfolding in your favor. You don't got to rush it. You don't have to get the label from them. You don't have to fucking worry. The power is in your mind. They're not going anywhere if you say they're not going anywhere and you just keep persisting in your new story. And once that is dominant, well, then it's hardened into fact. And then these people are like this all the time and you fucking win. And that's what I want you to do. So if you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.